So look out, I see a lot of Dallas. I see a lot of Dallas. I'm going to just say a silent prayer for y'all right now. It did bless my heart to see so many of you did come in your gear. I was just hoping that maybe your stuff would be dirty today and you wouldn't wear it. But you saw fit to put it on anyway, so that jersey looks really nice. I wanted to let you know that. Not as nice as yours, but it looks nice. It's been an honor to do these Rep Your Team at Worship days each year. And each year I'm tasked with coming up with another way to express the gospel with a football theme. And so this year, the title of our lesson is, Am I Hurting the Team? You know, if you guys watch the pros, you see right now, there's a lot of mess that takes place. Right now, we have players that do and say whatever they want. We have owners that do and say whatever they want. And yet, they don't realize how their actions hurts the entire organization. And I think as believers, sometimes we don't realize how our actions hurts the whole team. So I want you, and see, something that I pray each time I have the opportunity to speak is that the people have an ear to hear. And that I also pray that if they hear something that convicts their hearts, that they don't fight against that, but that they will relent and let the Spirit do with them as He sees fit. Okay, I'm not going to act like I didn't sit in the pews and fight against that urge. When I heard the Spirit tells me, you need to get it right, I fought it too. But the moment I released and let Him into my heart for real, that was the best day of my life. And I don't want you to hear something that you feel like it's a punch to the gut. But believe it or not, if it's a punch to the gut, that's a good sign. That means God is actually talking to you. Then you can move forward. You can get back up. You can keep letting the Lord work on you and that you don't hold back. And that's been my prayer for you guys this morning, that as you hear the message, you will not fight what the Spirit has to say to you. I don't know what He's going to say to you. He may not say much at all to you, but there will be some in this room that when the Spirit speaks to you, it's going to speak heavy to your heart. I just pray that you don't fight it. Now do me a favor and ask yourself this question. If a person could watch me without me knowing, would my lifestyle encourage or discourage others from coming to God? I'm going to say that one more time in case it went over your head. If a person could watch me without me knowing, see, because I put on a different face when I know you're looking at me. Oh, I straighten up a little bit straighter when I know they're actually looking. But when I don't know no one's looking, that's when the real me shows up. So if a person was to watch me without me knowing, would my lifestyle encourage or discourage others from coming to Christ? One more favor. This is my last favor I'll ask of you today. I want you to absorb the next statement I'm about to say. Every word I speak and every move I make will either help or hurt the team. Did you catch that? Every word I speak or every move I make in my life will either help or hurt the team. Now, who is this team that I speak of? I'm not talking about my favorite team. I'm not talking about the Vikings. I'm not talking about a team that I dread. I'm not talking about the Cowboys. I'm not talking about Green Bay. I'm not talking about Pittsburgh. I'm not talking about the Titans. I'm talking about Team Jesus. I'm talking about the body of Christ. I'm talking about those of you who are sitting in this room right now. That's who the team is. And many of you and many of us will make moves toward God, not because of a scripture we read, but because of a lifestyle we watched. Many people are going to move closer to God or further from God, not because of something you say, but because of the way you live in front of them. So every time you glance over my shoulder at that screen, I hope that you will truly look within yourself and ask, am I hurting the team? Am I hurting the team? Mark 9:42 says, and whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he were cast into the sea. Listen to how it sounds in the New Living Translation. But if you cause one of these little ones who trust me to fall into sin, it would be better for you to be thrown in the sea with a large millstone hung around your neck. When we live beneath the standard that God has called us to live, when we live beneath it, it confuses those that don't know him. And see, here's the thing. There's a difference between committing a sin and living in sin. None of us in this room are perfect. No one is in this room. Not a single one of you. And I hate to bust some of y'all's bubbles because I know you thought you was perfect until I just said that. None of us are perfect. All of us are capable of falling. I like to say it that way instead of saying all of us are going to fall. Because what I've learned is when you say that all of us fall, it gives me a alibi or an excuse to go ahead and live down here. So what I will say is all of us are capable of falling. Doesn't mean you're going to fall. It just means the enemy will attack you too, and you are not above falling. So none of us are perfect. But if we live in our sin and there is no desire to change that, it could cause another to stumble or to sin. And I just read to you what Jesus said about how he feels about me and you, the team, causing someone else to stumble or sin. Now let's step away from the building for a moment in your mind. In your mind. I want you to go home in your mind. Come right back though. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. Come right back. No one is watching you at home. The church can't see you at home. If a person were to watch us live in that environment, would our lifestyles help or hurt the team? One of the things we don't ever want said about us is this. Now that's why I don't go to church. You don't ever want your name spoken in a circle like that. That's why, see, that's Brother Cody. That's the reason I don't go to church. People like him. All of us make mistakes, but there's a difference between making a mistake and living a contrary lifestyle. When we live a contrary lifestyle, but we want to preach Christ, that's why I don't go to church. And I guarantee you, everybody in this room has said that before. We've said, see, that's why I don't like going to church. That's why I don't like church folk. We've said it. But if you flip the script, have we ever been the one that caused another to say it? Now, let me show you something. This is a flag. I was tempted to throw it out there and hit a Cowboy fan, but there's so many of them that, I don't want to hit the wrong one, right? This flag is what the referees use to indicate that a rule has been broken on the field, okay? So they throw it on the ground in the spot or the area close to where the infraction took place. And it shows everybody, something just happened. Either something happened that's going to help our team or it's going to hurt our team. And most of the time when you have the ball and you see one of these, your heart starts beating fast. Oh, Lord, what did he do wrong? What did he do? He's going to hurt the team. He's going to hurt the team. Each time this flag is thrown, it can help or it can hurt. Now, if you follow me, especially my ladies in here, if you follow me, I promise you'll learn a little bit about football. But hopefully you'll learn a lot about your walk with Christ. Now, let's say this flag is thrown for holding. Holding. Kerry Sells, number 21, he always holds because he can't stop his man, right? He's wearing Cowboys, so y'all know. In football, we can block, but we cannot hold. Okay, follow me, ladies. You guys are going to sound real intelligent when you get home. Your husband's going to be impressed. He's going to cut the grass and everything. Holding on offense is a 10-yard offense. Holding on defense is a 5-yard and an automatic first down. We'll talk more about that later. In our walk with Christ, are we guilty of holding? Are we holding on to grudges? Holding. Brother Cody, holding a grudge against Sister Frazier. So I can say that because that's my mom. If I said one of y'all be holding a grudge against me later, and then I got to go through all this all over again. Holding. Are you holding a grudge? Because the Bible tells us if we don't forgive, guess what God cannot do for us? He cannot forgive us. No doubt right now in this very room, there's probably people that are struggling to work together because something was said or done that I'm still holding a grudge against you. I'm holding this grudge. I want to move forward, but I can't because I keep thinking about what you did and what you said, and I just don't want to work with sister. I don't want to work with brother. I would rather just not show up on Sunday because if he going to be speaking, I don't want to hear it. If she going to be speaking, I don't want to hear it. Holding grudges. Guess what holding does? It hurts the team. Hebrews 12:1 says, lay aside all the sin and the weight that holds you down and trips you up. Lay it aside. Don't hold on to that stuff. Some of us are holding on to sin right now. Too often we hold on to things in our lives because we're comfortable with them there. We don't know what life is going to be like once I truly surrender. And that's okay. It takes trust to truly surrender. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, there's people that go back to prison because they like a prison lifestyle. They're used to it. I would rather be in jail while I know my schedule than to come out and be confused on how the day is going to run. Some of us are staying in sin, are holding on to our sin, not because we hate it, but because I'm used to this. And what if I do let it go? I don't know what's going to come next. Some of us are holding on to weight that is killing us, literally and figuratively. Sometimes we like what we have in our life more than we love God. I'm going to say that again too. Sometimes we like what we're holding on to more than we love God. And we'll never say that with our mouth. I'll never say I like my sin more than I love God. But my lifestyle shows that. Because he will continue to tell you to release that. And you're like, nah, I'm just going to hold. Release that. Nah, I'm just going to hold. I'm just going to hold. 10-yard penalty. Take 10 steps back, Brother Cody. You keep holding that grudge 10 steps back. How am I ever going to make it to the promised land if I keep holding? In Joshua 7, you guys want to go back and read this if you haven't. There's a man in Joshua named Achan. And you guys have probably heard the story, but he was flagged for holding. See, after the children of Israel were freed from Egypt, and they crossed over into the promised land, they were undefeated. Nobody was beating them. In fact, their first battle, all they had to do was march around the city. They didn't have to fight, blow horns and march around the city. God was giving them victory after victory after victory. And it got to a point where they expected victory. Have you ever found yourself in life where you got to the point where you expect to win? That's a good place to be. Some of us right now, we looked and saw who our team is going to play today. And some of us were nervous. Ooh, I hope we win. And some of us said, oh, we got that. We got that. Some of us are delusional. We say that we got that. We could be on our ninth quarterback. Oh, we got that. Oh, we still going to the Super Bowl. Okay. Your owner's playing quarterback this week, and we got that. They have not lost the battle. And God tells Joshua, who's now the leader because Moses is dead, he says, Joshua, when you all defeat these cities, I don't want you to take any of their plunder. I want you to burn it as offerings to me. And so Achan, they seized another city, and Achan saw a gold cup, and he saw some gold coins or some silver coins, and he saw this nice robe, and he said, man, that would be tight if I could hold on to that. And so he took it back to his tent, and he dug a hole in the ground, and he hid it in the tent. Now get this, you hold on to something that you can't even enjoy. He digs a hole, he sticks everything in the ground because he knows it's wrong. He's heard the instruction. And so it's time now for them to fight another city. And this city is called Ai. And Joshua sends spies up ahead to Ai to find out what it's going to take for us to defeat these people. The spies come back with excellent news. They come back and they say, Joshua, man, we got this. This is going to be easy. In fact, we don't even have to send everybody. We could send a small amount of people, and they could win this battle. So they send 3,000 men. That's it. 3,000 men to go fight Ai. And Ai sent Israel back with their tail between their legs. Not only with their tail between their legs, but about 39 of them were killed. And they came home, and they were confused. Because, see, they were undefeated. And when you keep winning and you finally lose, that makes your eyes get big. Like, why did we lose? We knew we had this win. This can't be right. How did we lose? So God consults, or Joshua consults God. God, what happened? You said you would be with us. God says, someone on the team is not thinking about the team. Someone on the team is worried about themselves. Holding. You need to call all the people together and tell them, one of you have done us wrong. Who is it? And then God revealed to him which clan it came from. And then he brought that clan in front of him. Which of y'all did this? Then God revealed to him which family it came from. Then he brought that family before him. He says, one of y'all did this. And then God showed him it's Achan. And Achan admitted to it. Yeah, I saw it, and I figured I'd go and get that signing bonus. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, there was so much other stuff. We just going to burn it anyway. Do you know that to remedy the problem, God made them stone and kill everything Achan had? Everything. His wife, children, animals. Every part of him had to be destroyed because he wasn't thinking about the team. He was thinking about himself. I was always taught that it's more important the name on the front of the jersey than the name on the back. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, my wife, I heard that too. My wife got me this for my birthday or Christmas a few years ago. Special lady she is. About 20 pounds ago, as you can tell, it's a little tight on me, but you know. Y'all wasn't supposed to laugh that hard on that one. Oh, even the baby thought that was funny. I just don't like y'all no more. All right, enough about holding. Let's move on. Let's say the flag has been thrown in our lives for offsides or false start. Both of these have the idea of moving before it's time to move. Okay? Both carry a 5-yard penalty. I know what you're thinking, 5 yards, that's nothing. I have seen games won and lost because of 5 yards. You are ready to kick a field goal and win the game, and then false start. Number 84 on the offense, they move you back 5 yards, and now you cannot make the field goal. You were in position for God to do something great in your life. It was going to be hard because not too many people can kick 60-yard field goals. But he was going to give you grace to make a play that everybody would talk about for years. But you moved too soon. So now you got to move back 5 yards. And now what was going to be a possibility with God becomes an impossibility. Now you got to throw a Hail Mary. And we know how often those are successful. Not very often. When God tells us to stand still and don't move, but we get ahead of him and move anyway, it can hurt the team. See, Abraham was a good man, and God promised Abraham a son. He promised him, you're going to have a son. But God was moving too slow. Abraham was set on the line, ready for the son. He was doing everything he was supposed to do for the son to be there. They've been practicing for years. Y'all will catch that when you get home. And it wasn't happening fast enough. So his wife says, I got a plan. We can jump off sides and make this thing happen ourselves. You could take my maid and you can have a baby with her, and we'll just say that's the son that God has promised. And so they did that. And God looks down and he says, flag on the play. False start, Abraham and Sarah. That is not what I had in mind. I told you to wait for the son that I would provide. So Abraham's first son was born, and that son and his mom becomes a pain to his wife. So much so that she wants him to put her out with the baby. I don't care. Put the boy and the woman out. I'm tired of looking at both of them. And like most of us men, we try to make our women happy, even if it does mean we lose our hair. Not talking about me. And so he puts the woman and the child out. Their covering is gone. But then God steps in. And God covers them. But I told you that false start hurts the team. So the scholars have come to believe that Abraham's first son, which is Ishmael, is the father of the Arabic nation. Isaac, his promised son, is the father of the Israeli nation. And if you fast forward from way back then all the way to 2019, Arabic and Israeli, they're still clashing. They're still bumping heads. All he had to do was wait until God said move. All we have to do is wait. I know it's taking a while. What you think it's going to be a delay of game? You just snap the ball. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Stand still. Don't jump off sides. It could end up hurting the whole team. You know, one of the heaviest penalties that you can be given as a player is a penalty they call unsportsmanlike conduct. Just think how that sounds, unsportsmanlike conduct. And it carries a 15-yard penalty. And you can get it for many things. Helmet to helmet hit. You know, a lot of times they think that's targeting. You trying to hit him with your helmet. You're trying to hurt him. Face mask. You know, I only played football 1 year in my life, and I was in the 9th grade, but I was still young enough to play like with the community centers. All right, we lived in Louisiana at the time, and Louisiana is known for their football. Louisiana, Texas, Florida, they're like big football states. And I'm probably 101 pounds soaking wet with 3 pair of cleats on and 8 helmets and everything else, and I'm playing safety. The job of the safety is to know where the ball is at all times and not be deceived. I was falling for every trick in the book. I'm chasing the ball over here and it's over there. And then all of a sudden, this big dude busts out the backfield and I'm the last one left. And I'm like, he finna score a touchdown. There's no way I can tackle. He is coming at me full speed. I was like, okay, one of us is finna die. So he gets close enough, and I jump on him, and I promise you, I yank his face mask as hard. I try to yank his neck off. Pull him to the ground. They throw the flag, face mask. My coach is going off on me. You can't grab his face mask. I'm like, Coach, you see how big that dude is? I just stopped the touchdown. Maybe someone else can stop the rest because I'm hurt right now. It was the biggest dude. I mean, it was like my son trying to tackle me. That's what it looked like. But I had to do something that was wrong to stop him. And it carried a 15-yard penalty because when you face mask someone, a lot of times injury can come about. They have something called horse collar. That's when you grab them from the back of their neck. It can cause injury. That's why these have such a big penalty. Roughing the kicker, roughing the passer. No doubt everyone in this room have watched the game And we hit the game one, and they ran into the kicker. And we're like, why would he do that? I don't get it. I hate football. I hate football. And most of these are done with the intent to cause intentional bodily harm. And these go along with what I call unspirit-like conduct. Could you be flagged for something that's done that you did with the intent to hurt somebody? There's no way that's of God. Like, you could literally look at, you know what, God had nothing to do with that one. I mean, there's no way I can justify that I was saying that because God placed it in my spirit. No, that was so unspirit-like that you know God had no intention for you to do that. The Spirit was all along trying to persuade you to keep your mouth shut. Don't say that. Don't do that. And you were like, no, I'm finna face mask her. Oh, no, I'm finna rough that passer. Oh, that kicker is finna go down. This is something I learned. Oftentimes, players get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty when they act out of their emotions. They're frustrated. They're looking at the scoreboard and we are getting demolished, so I'm finna hit him real hard. Flag. And oftentimes in our spiritual life, we get an unspirit-like conduct penalty because we act out of our emotions. I need to say something. No, you don't. No, you don't. The Spirit is telling you, keep your mouth shut. No, I need to say something. Because if I don't, she going to keep doing, then the neck start moving. Then the hands start moving. Then a few claps come in there. You know how y'all do it. When you lean your head sideways and clap, that's when somebody's in trouble. This is what I've learned in life. Some of the ladies in here, they was doing it on accident. Like, why is he mimicking us? Yeah, you know. This is why it's so critical that we base our decisions not on our emotions, but on the Word of God. Because if we base our decisions on our emotions, we are going to be flagged a lot. Because the enemy is going to make sure you have enough in your life to frustrate you. Want to hear something strange? I'm almost done. But you want to hear something strange? A flag is thrown if you have too many men on the field. But they never throw one if you don't have enough. They don't go, 10 men, y'all don't have enough. No, they throw it if you got 12. But if you got 10, they let you play. But a coach will call timeout if there's only 10. And then you would think, timeouts, they're so precious. Why would you waste one? It's only one play and then we can fix it. But one play could mean the difference in the game. And having one person not in their place, just one not in their place, could mean the difference in the opponent, the adversary, the enemy scoring in our lives. I know what you think. That's just one play. One play might be all it takes. You keep thinking you got 4 downs. What if this message is your last down to get it right? What if you hearing this today is your last chance to surrender your heart to God? And you think, I got 3 more downs before anything happens. When one of us is not where we're supposed to be, the opponent has a greater chance of scoring. Now say this with me. If I'm not in my spot, y'all sounded horrible. If I'm not in my spot, I am hurting the team. Yeah, you said it like you meant it that time. And this is something I don't want you to forget. Every spot is important. Every spot. Every spot. If your job is to give water to the athletes when they come off the field, there's no glory in that. No one goes, oh man, you are the best water boy. No one does that. But without you, those guys can't go back on the field replenished. So when you squirt water into the mouth of that big 360-pound lineman, and you keep him from cramping up, the team wins because you did your role. You did your part. There's no small parts in this thing. Maybe you're the backup to the backup. To the backup. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't study your playbook like you're the starter. Our playbook is the Bible. Some of us only let the starters tell us what's in the playbook. We don't read it for ourselves. Pastor, tell me what the Bible says in Corinthians. You can read it. You have the same playbook. They didn't change my plays and give you different plays. We have the same plays. And because you don't know your plays, you finna get in my way. So, I'm the backup to the backup of the backup. But I am literally one play away from being the starter. And now that I get in the game, I'm like, the whole time I was telling everybody, if I was the starter, I would A, B, and C. If I was starting, I'd X, Y, and Z. And now you're starting. And you can't even find your helmet. I mean, you couldn't wait to be the man. Now you're the man. And you don't know what's going on. They call him plays in. You got them backwards. Black rodeo on 3. Black rodeo. Rodeo black. Rodeo black. That ain't in our playbook. Every spot is important. If the ushers are not on their spot, then worship then becomes distracting. And to you, you might be okay with that. But the person that's standing here trying to teach you, oh my gosh, I can't get past. Sister keep having a conversation with her. That little kid is standing, he's moonwalking on the pew. What in the world? Where's the usher? Can the usher tell the kid to sit down? I can't concentrate. I keep looking at that kid. I'm finna throw a flag at that kid. The teachers, they said earlier that we have some dynamic teachers here, anointed teachers. I have to agree. But teachers, the message that you teach allows the message that comes from this pulpit easier to digest. Because you've been feeding them everything they need to get this all along. My sons are 9 and 7, but when they go home, they can tell me what they learned. But we'll go, well, they're too young for that. No, they're not. They're not. But we'll sign them up for football and expect them to learn a playbook. You're 6 years old. Why are you moving on the line? You're 6. Because that's what we do. We're 6. We can't stand still. We're 6. But you expect a 6-year-old to be military-like about that. But the things of God, oh, it'll be okay, baby. Just play on the phone and be quiet, okay? What? No, put the phone up. Pay attention. I know you're 7. But you can tell me one thing Daddy said today. Well, Daddy, you said that every spot is important. Boom. I just planted a seed that may change your life at the age of 7. But what I'll do is I'll go, well, you know, they're young. They don't know no different. But their teachers have been feeding them and feeding them. And now they're strong. And now they sit up in church and they're actually paying attention. They don't get everything, but they heard 2 things that's going to help them do better at school. They heard 2 things that's going to help them respect you more at home. Because, you know, sometimes we say it and they don't hear us as the parent. But Sister So-and-so said the same thing I've been saying for 2 weeks. And all of a sudden, now you can remember it. Oh, it's because she gave you $5 bill. Oh, okay, I got you. She gave you some Laffy Taffy so you can remember it. Okay. How about I gave you food for your whole life? How about them shoes you got on? I bought those. Can I please get you to listen to me? So thank you, teachers, for educating my boys. I know what you guys are thinking. I'm not an usher. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a regular old church member. Well, for all y'all regular old church members, you guys are supporters. You guys are givers. Do you know how many more souls can be won because you chose to not rob God? You chose to give the 10th and then some. Have you ever seen a person catch the ball and know they got to only get 5 yards, and when they get the 5, they go, this is enough. I'll just sit down right here. No, they go for all they can get. They go for all they can get. The only time I've ever seen a player not go for all they can get is when they recognize the other team wants them to score, and because they want the ball back, and they kneel down right here and let the clock run out. But for the most part, they get every yard they can get. They try to give their team the best they've got. Same thing with us. I gave my 10th, but I recognize the 10th is not enough. The church does need me right now. So let me give a 20th this week. And if God blesses me next week, I'm going to try to do a 30th. It's a 30th. Yeah, I don't even know if that's a word, but it is today, a 30th. Now I'm going to show you a couple more infractions that we may be guilty of that may be hurting the team. We talked about holding, offsides, false start, unspirit-like conduct. But let me show you a few more things that may be hurting the team. And then I'm done. And for those of you who did pray for me, thank you. I feel my strength. Are you playing while you're injured? Are you hurt, but you won't tell anybody about the injury? Do you have pain that you're trying to hide? See, we need you to be healed, because when you're not healed, it hurts the team. We see you limping. We see you dragging. We see it. You all right, sister? Nah, I'm straight. I'm straight. You all right, brother? Yeah, man, I'm cool. No, you're not. It's okay to say, nah, brother, I'm hurting. No, sister, I'm hurting. See, we used to see the enthusiasm you served with. We saw it. And because something was said or done that hurt you, now all of a sudden you're struggling to give the team your best. I don't really want to serve in that capacity anymore. I don't want to sing in the choir anymore. Well, I don't want to teach Sunday school no more, so maybe he can find somebody else. You know, I'm sick and tired of those kids, especially their parents, so I don't want to serve on the youth department anymore. Sister going to tell me I better not say nothing else to her child if I ain't going to say nothing to the other kids. So I don't want to serve there anymore. You think these are not real incidents? They might be petty, but they're real. And believe it or not, a lot of that is what hurts the team. We see you limping. Let's talk about it. Let's get you in that training room and pray God over you so you can get healed. Because the moment you get healed, we become harder to beat. But if you want to hold on to your injury and hide it, nurse that injury on your own, nurse it on your own, and then when the play's called for you and you running like this, oh no, we know. You know what's getting ready to happen now? You're never getting the ball again. All you have to do is say, yes, I'm hurting. It will make you stronger, which will make the team stronger. Here's another one. Do you not know the playbook, but still trying to run plays? I mean, like, I don't really know what the playbook say, but, you know, according to 3 Colossians, you know, he that getteth understandeth he that don't getteth and stuff. No, that's not what 3 Colossians said, because I keep searching my Bible and there is no 3 Colossians. Let me see your playbook. Oh, you got the other team's playbook. Keep that. You don't know the plays. It's kind of like when kids want to help their parents, but you don't know what to do, and now you're in the way. I'd rather you just move over there and watch me than for you to get in the way and think you're helping. And I'm like, oh, baby, it's okay. Baby, mama keep tripping over you. Can you please? Oh, baby, look, just go on in the other room. I got it. She don't never let me help. Nope, because you don't know the plays. Most of the time when we don't know what we're doing and we try to fake it till we make it, we end up hurting the team. It's better to ask for help than to ask for forgiveness when we get in the way. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. No, just ask. Okay, how do you want me to do this? How exactly do you want this done? Lord, explain to me one more time how you want to see this happen. We're like, nah, I got it. You run into the left, the play's going to the right. Y'all don't see stuff like that happen in the NFL? It does. It's called a busted play, a broken play. A lot of times the quarterback ends up paying the price. It's better to ask for help than to ask for forgiveness. Are you hurting the team because you refuse to commit to studying the playbook? And here's my last one on that. It's okay to admit that you don't understand something. Let the seasoned vets mentor you. Let the ones who've been doing this for a while show you the ropes. Now, don't be too proud to ask Sister Collins how to do A, B, and C. Sister Collins been in church for 50 years. She's got a lot of knowledge to share, a lot of wisdom to give. Don't be afraid to say, sister, can I talk to you for a second? Look, I'm going through. And she's like, child, I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. I got 2 of them T-shirts, girl. And since we're talking about the veterans, don't become jealous of the rookies. This is what we do. I've been saved for 10 years. Here come brother so-and-so. He give his life to Jesus. Now pastor going to let him speak. What kind of stuff is that? Really? You mad because he getting in the game? Shouldn't you be applauding that he's getting playing time? Why is that offending you? Because you didn't get put in. So the name on the back of the jersey is more important than the name on the front. Come on, veterans. Coach them up. Mentor them. Share your experiences. Our greatest duty, now get this if you don't get nothing else from today. Our greatest duty as a believer, as a member of this team, can be found in Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 and 20. It says, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen. It actually says amen too, so thank you. Don't forget this. There was a time that you were a rookie too. We forgot we were rookies to this thing. I can't believe sister acting like that. She don't know yet. You've been doing this for 30 years. You just got it right last month. Don't try to act like you had it right all these years. Look at her. Look at her. I can't believe she wore that to church. Okay, how about, because you're a veteran, pull her to the side and school her on some uniform stuff. Look at him. Look at him. We're too busy trying to hold the rookie down instead of help the rookie become a seasoned vet. Jesus taught his disciples and then instructed them to teach more. We've been taught based on what the disciples have taught, and we've been instructed to teach more. You're a veteran. Why would you not share that knowledge? I'll never forget something my brother told me once. We went to go visit him a couple years ago, and of course, I don't understand prison mentality. My mindset doesn't think like that, which I don't judge them because in the jail, you got to do things differently sometimes. And he says that when a new person comes in, he'll school them on a few things. But if they come to him again, I'm going to tax him then. I said, you're going to charge him to help him with information? I was like, that is dumb. Why wouldn't you help a person that has no clue how to do this? Why would you not share your knowledge so that that person doesn't cross any lines that can injure them? Oh, I'll help him, but I got to get something out of it. That's the way we are in the world. But when you're a believer, oh, sister, let me tell you something. I saw that from a while off, and I wanted to just share this with you. If you're willing to listen, I'll be willing to share with you what I learned about that. I told you, and y'all going to be mad at me for saying it, but women are the worst about this. Let me explain. She got that dress that is the bomb. She is not finna tell you where she got it. She is not finna let you know to go get you one too. This dress, where did I get this thing? I just can't remember. Let me see. It was, it's either Macy's or Dillard's. No, she got it at Ross. She lying. She remember what rack it was on. She remember the day she bought it, the discounts she got. I think it, charge it to my head, child. I can't remember. Yeah, you can remember. You just don't want me to wear it. We don't want to share that stuff. You learn how to invest, and then you don't tell nobody? Like as if that's going to take away your money. I know a secret. I'm going to share it with you. I tell my dad that all the time. How you know all this stuff? I make way more money than you. How is it that you got more than me? Son, that's because I know how to put something back. You ain't got enough to put back. I want to know what the secrets are. Well, I ain't no real secrets. You know some secrets. Shove them out. I want them now. I want all of them. He told me years ago that back in the day, he would take like $5,000 out of an account and put it in a CD. This was back when CDs made money. And everybody that's young, like, what's a CD? That's the thing you put in the, no, it's a different thing. All right, some at the bank. And he said, after about 6 months, I take my money back out of the bank and put it back in my account. And I said, 6 months? So how much you have after that? Another 5,000? He said, no, about 500. I said, $500, that's it? I said, you mean to tell me you went through all that trouble for $500? He just shook his head. He said, son, that's what's wrong with you young boys. He said, listen to me. Anything beats a blank. And I was like, that's deep. Let me hold $5,000. And I've learned to appreciate that. Anything's better than nothing. What did he really do? All he did was move money around. It wasn't like he had to go work for it. The money worked for him, but I saw it as it's a waste of time. But as a veteran, as a person that has knowledge and wisdom, why would you not pass that down? Sister Ogilvy makes the best peach cobbler I've ever had. She refused to teach me how to make her peach cobbler. Refused. She taught me how to make pretzel salad. Oh, baby, please, I got you on that one. I said, what about the peach cobbler? She goes, now, Brother Cody. That's how now, brother, I can't give you that one. I'm like, Gladys. I did my eyes like this, Gladys. She was like, you can stop with all that. I'm not telling you. I said, I promise you when the Lord calls you home, every time I make the peach cobbler, I'm going to give you your name to credit. Not good enough. Then we went to see her this summer. You know what she told me? She forgot how to make it. My heart broke. How could she do that? How could she take that deliciousness to the grave? So when y'all see her or y'all think about her, just say an extra prayer for me. Now, here we are as veterans. We've been in church 20, 30, 40 years. It's time to share the wealth of knowledge that you have. Sister Collins was sharing during Sunday school showcase. She might as well have taught the Sunday school lesson. She gave y'all a rundown. She knew it forwards and backwards. That's what I'm talking about. But you know what's awesome? She could have done it without her paper. You know why I know that? Because that's prior knowledge. She's being taught and groomed for 40, 50 years. That stuff she knows. It's just good to be reminded. But guess who doesn't know that? Sister in the back, brother in the corner. That's foreign to him. I don't get this. So Sister Collins says, hey, come here, let me show you this. Have you seen this in the playbook? So you went that way when you're supposed to go that way. Oh, I see it now. Once I see it, guess what? I don't have to make anymore. Mistakes. All of a sudden now I find myself sinning less because you took a moment to show me where I went wrong. Not judged me, not talked about me behind my back. You showed me where I went wrong. You showed me where I went wrong. So let me leave you with this. I had a few more things I want to say, but I'm done because y'all ain't smiling no more. And I want you to say this with me. I hope I get my cadence right so it doesn't mess y'all up. Are y'all ready? Sit up straight. Clear your voices. I want to hear it. There it is. There it is. I am a valuable member of our team. I have within me the ability to help or hurt our team. I understand that every word I speak and every action I perform can help or hurt the team. I choose to help our team.